At this exact moment, more than 105,000 people in the United States are waiting for an organ. Another 4,000 people are added to the national waiting list each day. Having organ donors is important in saving the lives of these people. However, due to a decrease in organ donors, more than 6,500 people a year eventually die before the organ they need ever becomes available. In the following presentation, I will give you some background information about organ donation. Next, I will tell you about the decline in registered organ donors in the United States and the increase in demand for organs. Finally, I will persuade you to accept a solution to use social media to improve the number of registered organ donors in the United States. I will begin by telling you about the organ donation process. There are multiple steps in the process of being an organ donor. This picture helps depict the organ donation process. The first and most important step of this process is to register with the state's organ donor registry. This step is as simple as going to the DMV and saying you want to be an organ donor. This will be entered into the state's donor registry and will be placed on your driver's license as well. The next step occurs when the donor is admitted to the hospital for an illness or accident. The doctors will do everything in their power to help save the donor, but after no more can be done or they are pronounced brain dead, the doctors alert the Organ Procurement Organization, also known as OPO. An employee of the Organ Procurement Organization will travel to the hospital to see if the person is a potential donor. If organs are viable, the doctors must receive consent from the family of the deceased. Next, the donor organs must be matched to a recipient. When all of the donated organs and tissues are matched with the recipient, the donor is maintained to ensure there is no tissue death while waiting for the organ recovery. Once everything is finalized, the organs are harvested from the donor and then transported to the recipient. Finally, the donated organs are placed in the recipient and they are watched for a period of time to ensure there is no rejection of organs by the recipient's body. This entire process is done as quickly as possible to give the best results. Now that I have explained the process of organ donation, I will explain the decline in registered donors and the increase in demand for organs. Each year, a trend is seen with the decrease in organ donors and the increase in demand for organs. In 2010, 87 people donated organs, but there were 700 people on the wait list for organ donations. In 2011, the gap between the two increased. Only 77 people donated organs, but the number of people waiting for organs grew to 775. One reason for the decrease in organ donors is due to family consent. Even if the donor is a registered donor, it is ultimately the family's decision to donate the organs. A family giving their consent is a large factor in the decline in organ donors. Approximately 50% of registered organ donors do not end up having their organs donated because the families decide they will not give their consent for the organ recovery. When a person is a registered donor, the doctors and other members of OPO do everything they can to ensure the donor's wishes are carried out, but they cannot always carry through with the donations. Another factor in the decrease of organ donors is people are not fully educated or aware of the numerous benefits organ donations can have for the recipients. Organ donation is not a widely talked about topic. When people do not understand a topic or know much about it, they are more likely to stay with the side they know, even if the unknown side is better. A final reason of the difference between organs needed and organ donors could be due to an increase in illnesses and cancer. With more illnesses and disease, there is a high demand for organ transplants. The need for organs has grown so much that they occasionally use organs that would have not been deemed suitable a few years ago in transplants today. Now that I have given you a background in organ donation and explained to you why there is an increase in demand for organs and a decrease in the number of organs donated, I will persuade you to accept the solution I have prepared to increase the number of registered organ donors. Social media has a very strong influence in everything in life, from what we eat, to what we wear, to what we do in our free time. Social media is now using its power to increase the amount of registered organ donors in the United States. One popular social media site, Facebook, has already started using the solution by adding a feature for an organ donation status. The idea behind this feature is to make others aware of organ donation, and perhaps by positive peer pressure, others will want to become an organ donor as well. Although the Facebook feature does not carry as much legal weight as registering at the DMV, it is enough to get the ball rolling. The Facebook organ donation feature is presumed to be very successful in the United States, and they are talking about adding it to the United Kingdom as well. The Facebook option of being an organ donor also allows the person to have more privacy to make this life decision at home rather than standing in line at the DMV. Another way social media can aid in the solution to end the deficit of organ donors is through television. A study across the Hispanic American population showed through television campaigns for organ donation, people were more accepting and aware of the idea of organ donations, believed organ donations were a social responsibility, and had a higher belief that organ donations helped people. The solution for using more social media to enhance awareness of organ donations has already been proven to work. So now the solution is to make it more prominent throughout all social media. Organ donations may be a sensitive topic, but if more people are made aware of the rising problem, many more lives can be saved by people signing up to be registered organ donors. With social media, we can end the organ deficit and save thousands of lives. In this presentation, I have told you about the organ donation process, the increase in demand for organs, and the decrease in organ donors. Finally, I have expressed a solution to end the organ deficit and save lives. If you could save 8 people when you pass on, why wouldn't you?